Hello, we just finished meeting for pronunciation practice on Tuesday, June 21st, the first day of summer. And we started with shirts. So it looks like IR, sounds like ER, shirts. And shorts, looks like OR, sounds like OR. That hardly ever happens. Shorts. Shots, looks like an O, sounds like an ah. Shots. This could be the vaccination type of shot. It could be a shot of alcohol or espresso, something in an ounce form. Gunshots. It could also be that kind of shot. Did you hear gunshots? Hold. So think of it as saying whole so that you finish with the L, hold the L for a longer duration so it can be heard, and then finish with the D. And you don't have to release the D, hold. You're just sealing off the sides of your mouth so the air can't get out the front. Hold. And then if there's a vowel after it, you will release the D. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. And the question, this is the A here sounds like hold on, hold on a minute. Most, I should put that little mark there. I use that little mark, I should put it after the D too, to show that you hold it in that position. If you just said that word by itself, most, or I like this one the most, hold it. But if there's a vowel after it, most of the time, mosta. You don't even have to say of. This of just changes to get rid of the V. Most of the time. Most of the time. Metaphor. The T changes to D. Metaphor. And if it's adjective, the stress moves to metaphorical. Metaphorical. Hat. Finish with the tongue in the T position. If there's a vowel after it, the T will change to a D. And in this case, I like your hat. Hold it. Your hat is cool. Had is. Had is. Had. Exactly the same vowel, and you can't tell the difference. There is a technical definition that the vowel before a voiced sound, d, is voiced, so the a will be a little longer. Had. Before the voiceless sound, hat, is voiceless. The vowel will be a little shorter. So number 11 would be a little shorter. Hat. And number 12 will be a little longer, had. Why? Because with the final sound being voiceless, you turn off your voicing. You know that you're going to have a voiceless sound and you stop your voicing before you get to it. The voiced sound, had, you know you're going to have a voice sound and your voice stays on all the way to the end. Had. But it's a tiny difference. I wish I had. Just hold it. I wish I had a book. Had a. Now the D will connect. Head. The vowel is like head. So if you're 13 sounds like 12, that means your jaw is too open. Head. The jaw is rather closed and the tongue is rather flat. Head. But for had, you have to open your jaw much more. Lips are back and the tongue is flat in the mouth. Had. Head. Had. Hat on your head. Those should sound different. Pet is exactly the same vowel as 13. Head. Pet. That's my pet peeve. And a peeve is annoyance, something that bothers you. Pet peeve. If it's before a consonant or at the end of the word, there's my pet. You're not going to hear the T. Pet peeve. If it's before a vowel, now the T changes to a D. My pet is crazy. Pet is. Wonder and wonder. This comes up a lot, and I see this error a lot in writing for spelling as well. Wonder, think of it as one, because that might help, because one is easier than this weird spelling, one, but it's one. Wonder, and the vowel is like up. I wonder where I'll wander today. Wander is an ah. So again, ah, lower your jaw, much more open, wander. Wonder could be the verb I'm thinking about it, and it could also be a noun, as in the seven wonders of the world. So that could be a amazing thing. But wander is always a verb. It looks like OF, but it sounds like UV. And I use the UH to represent the sound. So that's why I have an H there. But I think this is one of the weirdest things in English. I really do. Of all the things that I've learned over the years with phonetics and speaking and accents and transcribing, and this has got to be the weirdest thing. It's O F, but it sounds like U V. And most of the time we drop the V sound and it just sounds like So of. And then when there's two F's, now all of a sudden the O sounds like an A and the F sounds like an F. Off. So open, off. And the same vowel is used in on. That sounded weird. On. So when you say off and on, you don't have to say the whole and. You can just say the in, off and on, off and on, off and on. Physic. This PH is just an F sound. The Y is your vowel, really. So you don't really need anything else. Physic. Physic. It could be this simple. Physical. Physical. One of the longest words we've had in a long time. Confidentiality. Confidentiality. This TI is she. Foreshore. This is something that I learned today. I had no idea there was a name for the part of the beach that when the water goes down for low tide and there's more land exposed, that is foreshore. For sure. And then when the high tide comes up, you don't see it anymore. I also learned that there's two pronunciations for what I always called piranha. Piranha. Another pronunciation is piranha. Piranha. So I don't know where that would be more common. I think piranha is the only one I've ever heard in American English. Gentleman. This is a combination NTL where you don't have to pronounce the T. Your tongue is already in the N position. Gentleman. Gentleman. Cup. The vowel is like up. Cup. This is coup. It's from French, so we don't pronounce the P. It just sounds like coup. Or maybe you want to think of it as uh, coup, whatever helps. And the sentence from the dictionary that was helpful was she pulled off quite a coup when she snagged the usually reclusive author for an interview. So it was something difficult to do, and she succeeded. She pulled it off. She did it. She pulled off quite a coup. Oh, wait, I skipped these. I'm sorry. Tide, and tired. And you don't have to say the D. So tide, the vowel is I. And tired, you do have to say the I. Where is it? Tie, your tongue is very high, and then you slide it down for the R and it makes a Y. Tired, tide, tired. And now these NT combinations, when the N is after the T and the T is in the unstressed syllable, you can skip the T because your tongue's going to the N position. So you can say inter or inner and pull your tongue down and back for the R without releasing the airflow with a burst to make the T. Interview or interview. Internet or internet. Printer or printer. This was a question about inner view, looking inside yourself. And so I think the word introspective is definitely looking inside yourself. But when used in the sentence that Olga used it in, it seemed more like how the artist views things, and that would be perspective. So, perspective, introspective. Southern. Looks like OU, but it's just like up. Southern. And the TH is voiced. Thern. And I'll skip to this one real quick. Northern. And that takes a lot of movement. You're coming back for the R, out for the TH, back for the R, up for the N. So it looks like a pretty simple word, but there's a lot of movement. Northern. Northern. So try it slowly for that combination and then get faster. Result. This is a not really an but you're just going from the L to the T. Result, result, result. And this one, you definitely have to round your lips. Resort, resort. What was the result? Let's save that as a last resort, like our last choice. And the question about the ANK and the ANG combinations. So I think this is interesting that when you have an NK combination, you actually have an NGK combination because your tongue goes up to the NG place, ang, and then you're going to end it with a K. For thank, you don't have to release the K. If you have it, thank you, you might hear it, thank you. Thank him, well, I'm getting into H deletion, it'll sound like thank him. It sounds like thank him. So you will hear the K if there's a vowel after it or even thank you, you can hear it. But um, I have a lot of people to thank. You might not hear it at all. Thank. Ankle. Ankle. You're going up for the NG, ang, and then you hear the K when you pull it down and release the airflow. Ankle. Angle. A cup of tea. A cup of tea. A cup of tea. The short version, cuppa. Cuppa. More there's a lot of here now, but whether it means um, the however, but I don't like it, but I, the T will connect. If you just hear it by itself and a pause after it, I like it, but I'm not going to pay for it. But and the BUTT is the same as the body part, the ass. So if you're spelling, it makes a difference. If you hear it, they sound exactly the same. Cop. With this is an ah. Looks like an O, sounds like ah. Cop. Open a lot. Ca. Cup. Keep the jaw more closed and the tongue flat. Cup. Sorry about the air. Cup. Cop. Cup. Have. When it's by itself, it sounds like ah. Have. This word is totally different. It's hay. Haven. There is a name of a restaurant bar near me called The Haven. And so I could ask, have you been to The Haven? Ass, spelled with two S's, and they sound like S's. Ass. One S sounds like a Z. As good as it gets. Half, no L, just forget the L. Half. If you use this in your coffee, half and half. You don't have to say the whole and, half and half, half and half. And that's where we ended. Thanks, and I hope you could join us. But if not, I hope you can join us next Tuesday or next Monday for pronunciation, or tomorrow for, yeah, tomorrow for intonation. All right, have a good day.